Alright, so today I'm going to be talking about the article that the Illuminati wrote this week called, actually it wasn't this week, it was 3 weeks ago, but it was called Big Brother Loves You. And you know, the whole article is about revealing, you know, who is behind Big Brother and what Big Brother is, and how it's, you know, with different media, propaganda, surveillance, you know, the 1984 George Orwell society. And that's what they, George Orwell wrote the book 1984 because he is referring to what's going on right now with, you know, the technocracy that's ruled by the tech bros, you know, where they're dictating, technological advancement is dictating to policy, you know, and that you know, the billionaires are dictating policy, and that's what's happening. That's who's behind the power, is the billionaires. So today I am gonna talk about, you know, 1984 dystopia driven by political control. So the truth is that we live in a dystopia right now. It's a dystopian future that we live in, and you know, it's only going to get more dystopian as time goes on until we turn it from a dystopia to a utopia, you know, which is a new world order, which is actually what a new world order is. A new political, new economic, and new religious paradigm. So Huxley's Brave New World was another book. You know, George Orwell wrote 1984. Aldous Huxley wrote Brave New World, and that was dystopian driven by technological control. So, you know, that was a prophetic book about what's happening right now. And you know, either we're okay with you know, having a dystopian future and reality that's underneath technological control and tech bros being in you know, control of policy. So that's the hidden hand behind, you know, what's going on in politics. That's the elite. And you know, today technology rules politics. The political sphere is downstream from tech, controlled by unelected billionaires. So, you know, it says downstream from tech, the political sphere. It means that technology is what dictates policy. And, you know, also through the economic system, the predatory free market Zionist capitalist system is what dictates to policy and to religion and definitely to economics. And you know, there's the new inner and outer parties. The inner party is the small ruling elite, the tech bro alliance, unelected plutocrats with near total power. So this is the inner party, you know, as referred to in George Orwell's book. The outer party is the middle tier enforcers who keep the lower class in line. Historically, Rome's equites, the healthy business class, now white-collar professionals and corporations that serve the tech elite. So the outer party is like, you know, the corporations, you know, the millionaires, you know, the wealthy business class, you know, the ones that support the predatory free market Zionist capitalism. Um, they're referred to as the equities, the equites, which is a term used in Roman times to describe that class during that time, because it's the same thing. Rome and America, it's the same. It hasn't changed. The old world order, the hierarchy that enslaves us. You can refer to them as the Order of the Ancients, like in the Disclosure game Assassin's Creed. They're the ones that are in control of everything. So, and then there was the proles, which are the majority, distracted by bread and circuses and unwillingly to act collectively. So that's everybody else in the world. The lower class, they refer to as the proles, or the proletariat. And this is a Roman term too, and they're referred to as the mob, and they're distracted by bread and circuses, social media, all the stuff on TV, the junk on TV, all the content that people watch. That's all the bread and circuses that the masses, that are the bread and circuses. So and without the mob, there can be no circus. So without the circus that's going on right now in the political spectrum, the religious spectrum, and economic spectrum in the world, it's an absolute circus. Like, I can't even watch politics, because, especially since I have, I actually know what's going on, because I found the Pythagorean Illuminati, who know everything that's going on and get it out weekly in their writings on Patreon. And I'm definitely keeping up on that, and have been since 2016. So, the Roman analogy, the patrician, senatorial class. It's the political military control of ancient Rome. So that's the patricians, and that's all the politicians, and that's the patrician class, senatorial class, which is definitely behind military control. And you can even see that right now, like with what's going on with Donald Trump, and him getting in military control into DC. Like, he's definitely flexing that military control card, because the elite always want to think they're in control of everything. So as things are getting out of control, that's why they're looking to keep control with the military. So, the equites are the business merchant elite, often plebeians who rose through wealth. So, that says that business and merchant elite, plebeians who rose through wealth. So, this class makes up the people that did rise up in this system and, earn their way. And, they support the system, the predatory free market Zionist system. And the plebeians are the general population. So, all the ones that weren't able to work themselves up, and didn't start from the same place in the race, and all of that. So in our era, the tech bros have merged political influence with economic dominance, making them more powerful than the senators they control. So that explains how the tech bros are able to do this with merging political influence and economic dominance. And the control mechanisms of the system, are bread and circuses, which is entertainment and basic needs to pacify the masses. So you got your sports, and you got your grocery stores, got your gas stations, conveniences, everything, which has led to a society that just literally goes into a box to a place of where they work for penance, and then go back to their box where they pay for everything, their Netflix, all this stuff, rent that they can't even pay for, and that's just it's failed. The system has failed now because too many people are like not in agreement with this way. And so that's why we're seeing the upheaval and all the separation and divide going on, and because it's been engineered this way by the elite, and it's the system that does this, that system that enslaves us, that we just keep supporting, that we need to not support in order for there to be a new world. So control mechanisms divide and rule to prevent unified resistance. So all the different religions, all the different political movements, all the different races, all that, like they construct the media and propaganda and stuff to divide everybody and rule them. And so that's why that happens. It's done through the media, and all of the Zionists run that. And that's why the Illuminati, they did a whole write-up on this, and actually posted up all the media outlets and how many of them were Jewish Zionists. And it was every single one of them from every holding a position of power in those media outlets. So it is for an agenda, you know what I'm saying, and it is to keep a old, ancient necocracy in power. So technology now rules politics. I mentioned that. No democratic say over technological direction. It's technology that is ruling over what's said in democracy, not the other way around, which is what it should be, which is what a meritocracy would bring. But now democracy has been completely corrupted by the plutocratic technocracy. So tech elite operate outside state control, demand zero interference. So, it's getting out of control of the states, and now even, people in the states are starting to rise up, and they're starting to be rising up to this, which is all planned, and they know about it, and, they're going to try to keep it under control, so they know that they're going to lose total control, and they obviously have a plan for that. So we're going to see that unfold. I mentioned the inner and outer party, the historical parallels between ancient Rome, and the methods of elite control. Bread and circus, divide and rule, attention control. Attention through dominating people by monopolizing focus through addictive platforms, like the phones and stuff, and the social media, and then the junk and the garbage on all the media platforms that are keeping people watching that and not actually what's going on and knowing what's going on. So Yep, democracy illusion. Um, Obviously going on right now, and what's going on with the administration right now. It's an illusion of people actually having a say in anything, like it always has been. The majority of Democrats, people that support democracy, fail to see this. Has to do with a lot of things, just mind control. Just but that is definitely fading. So the telescreen, they had the telescreen in 1984, which it was just putting out propaganda, surveillance. That's exactly what is going on with the phones and stuff. Propaganda, surveillance. So it's George Orwell's telescreen. That's what the Illuminati said. This is the telescreen. Today it's the smartphone, far more addictive and willingly carried. The inner party, the tech bros, use it differently than the public do. You got the social media dynamic. You got the creators, which are the dominants, versus the consumers, which are submissives. And the Illuminati were saying, you should be creating just as much content as you should be consuming. Even with a lot of the social media dynamic, a lot of the creators, which are dominants, are creating content that is not conducive to advancement or enlightenment. And that's what people like, and then that's what the algorithm picks up. So people get more and more of it. And this is just like literally that Idiocracy, that movie Idiocracy. That's what's going on. So we literally have to wake up from this, and then not violently protest and start a new meritocratic party system, which brings in the whole new world order, which is based on meritocracy, illumination, and social and national capitalism. Today, lowest common denominator culture. Social media rewards gossip, spectacle, personality, drama over ideas. That's true. It's like it rewards people being fucking dumbasses and talking about stupid shit. And, instead of intellectual content that is, can bring about change. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events, and small minds discuss people. So, that's what is going on. Is mostly a small-minded place where small minds discuss people. Celebrities. What's going on with all this drama about stuff. And people discussing events. About what's happening in the world and stuff, which is important. But the greatest minds discuss ideas. So, the populist influencer culture, dominated by attention-craving influencers, often pathological narcissists. Content is half-baked, unexamined, opinions presented directly to camera. The masses consume and celebrate content made by people just like them. The self-perpetuating content loop. Users produce content at their own expense for other users. Platforms like YouTube don't fund large content departments. They profit for user-generated work. YouTube takes 30% cut from the creator earnings, and the goal is profit, not quality. The consequence for culture, annihilation of sophisticated, intelligent, expert content. All signal drowned in infinite noise. Expert and intellectual sidelined and erased from public discourse. And so this is by design. The elite saw profit potential, ignore societal cost. The result, the death of intelligence, the halt of human evolution, and the rise of AI replacing human value. So, instead of social media being turned into a tool of enlightenment, they've been able to weaponize and turn it into. It is actually doing that. It is a tool of enlightenment, and it is enlightening people, but it is also weaponized for a control mechanism and a propaganda machine. So, social media enshrines bread and circuses and divide and rule. Infinite noise and public derangement. The rule of the mob. The smart people removed from cultural design process. Mob dominates, ruled over by modern emperors. And without the mob, there is no circus. So, this is what we need to wake up from, and then, understanding that without the mob, there is no circus, and, we don't want there to be a circus anymore. I'm done with the Circus Act. I'm done with the repetitive insanity, you know what I'm saying, doing the same things over, respecting a different result, which is what humanity has done over and over again, especially ruled by the elite, which is what the only way things are going to change is that if the power is back in the hands of the people once again. All right, so that was good for today. And until next time.